So your objective in the open house is to really understand the process so you can guide them through. If they come in and they're just at the I'm looking stage, remember we talked about buyers and how buyers have 7 steps? From, yeah, I wonder if we should buy, wonder if we should think about buying, all the way to the, wow, I want to celebrate, I just bought a house. You know, there's some parts in there that they need to go through organically, but even at the beginning stages, they should have an agent representing them because they need to make a pros and cons list. Now, I've sat with people at a table and done a pros and cons list of whether they should still rent or buy. And they gave me the information. I just organized the material for them, turned it around and said, well, that's what you just told me. And then they looked at it and go, wow, when you look at it like that, it really makes sense to do this. Or people who are debating whether they're going to do a renovation for $20,000 to $50,000 on the back of the home, add more space, or because they love the area, or buy another house, right? And sometimes they go like this. And I remember one fellow, and I said his wife was pregnant, and he said, yeah, I think we should just renovate. And I go, you know what? Honestly, from an economic perspective, it sounds like it's probably a best move for you because you can do the work yourself, and for 20,000 bucks, you get the room you want. And I know a little bit about construction. So the numbers made sense for them at that time to construct. And he had all family and all that rest of that. And I said, the only thing I'd like to bring up though is, have you ever done a renovation? And he said, well, no. And I said, so you've never done a renovation, but you've got a lot of skilled tradespeople in the family, which helps. And you're full-time working. And I said, and you've got a baby coming. And you've got a little toddler already. And I said, so I'm going to tell you something that you need to know is man to man, you know, amigo to amigo kind of thing. Bottom line is it's going to take longer than you expect, number one. It will cost more than you think, which is probably going to be still okay for you folks. And the third part is it may cost you some severe stress because you're going to be, have a brand new baby in the home and there'll be dust and stuff everywhere, right? And so you have to have a contingency. I didn't say it like that, but I was thinking it. The wife may leave, yeah. And so it really does create an enormous amount of stress.
Oh my God.
Right? So you got to let them know that this is not all fun and games and it sounds good. It can be quite a process. And then they have to balance that out. Savings versus the opposite side of that coin, whatever you're doing. So your objective here is to turn around and walk them through and having them emotionally connect to things you're learning about your buyer that you're probably going to get as a client. If you've walked them through sufficiently and they've given you some objections and you've talked to them about objections and you've gotten curious about what they're really coming to you with, more than likely you've got good information that will tell you whether they're going to make a good buyer or not, or what you will need to do or become to become a good buyer. And that's the whole point of walking somebody through the house. Otherwise, if they walk through the house themselves, you don't know what's going to happen, right? If they're adamant that they're going to walk through by themselves, you would want to keep an eye on them to see what's going on, and you'd want to debrief before they left if possible, right? Because you don't want to miss that opportunity. Yeah, because you know what, you'll learn a lot, and that's what you're looking for, because it gives you a little bit more information when you go to start showing them homes, or even trying to get the appointment, because you don't get to the next stage without doing the appointment. And so you think about this.